Hey, welcome or welcome back to 4F Beauty. When will I be YouTube famous? I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever happen. What I do know is that I had a comment on one of my videos from Alex who said, could you do a video showing what reasonably priced brushes you love? I thought that was an absolutely fantastic idea. So, that's what this is. I'm going to have to start off with my most recent acquisitions, and that's these ones. These are all from Royal and Langnickel. They are the Chic Pro range. And I picked these up. I discovered these because of Kevin James Bennett on Twitter, who's a very, very well-renowned makeup artist. When the Jeffrey brushes came out, he was saying he doesn't know why people are paying ridiculous prices for that when they can pick up stuff from Royal and Langnickel for the same price or cheaper and have it be a million times better. So, as you'll know from the video that I did, I compared these two. I bought two of the Jeffrey, I've got brush guards on to try and keep the shape, two of the Jeffrey eyeshadow brushes, Jeffrey Morphe ones, and I bought the matching Royal and Langnickel ones. Now the Jeffrey brushes were £8 each, these were £2 each, this was £4, and all of these were £2 each. So I've got my highlighter brush, I've got big fluffy crease brush, I've got eyeshadow brush, and because I like them so much I bought two more eyeshadow brushes that arrived in the post literally yesterday morning. The spot concealer, which is great for cutting the crease, and the little smudger brush that I use for just under my lower lashes there. So those I can absolutely recommend. They are super soft, even when I'm having a really bad fibro day and my skin, I can't even bear the feeling of clothes on them. I can still blend eyeshadow without it feeling like it's scraping a Brillo pad across my skin. So those are absolutely fan-bloody-tastic. I've got some brushes here. This is not all of them, these are just the ones that I use most often. These are Ranimore brushes, which, believe it or not, I picked up from AliExpress. And I got a set of 12, so there's 2, 4, 6, so there's 9 of them here, so there's another 3 over there somewhere. I'll put the picture up on screen there of the set, and this set of brushes, all 12 of them, cost me grand total, including postage, of £2.64. That's right, 12 brushes for just over the quarter of a price of one of those Jeffrey brushes. These are all synthetic, so if you have any worries, if you are cruelty free and you don't want animal hair brushes, which I can totally understand, these are all synthetic. These are also very, very soft. Not quite as soft as the Royal and Langnickel, but not a million miles different, In fact, I like them so much I've actually ordered another set of these, because there's a nice lot of brushes here. Got a big fluffy brush and a more tapered crease brush, and then a longer fluffy brush and another fluffy brush, and then a crease cutting brush, and then another one. And so these, if you're on a budget and you're just starting out, I would absolutely recommend getting these. Super, super cheap, but absolutely awesome. Oh, there's another one over here, look, that I forgot. There must be two over there. This is the spoolie one end, and unlike the majority of like brow brushes, this actually comes down to a really, really fine tip, because a lot of them end up sort of splaying out, and it's really difficult to get a nice what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of, if you're using a brow pomade, it can be very difficult to get the line accurate, because a lot of brushes end up quite thick. Right, I've got one over here, and you can see that's a lot thicker on the end, so it's very, very difficult to actually get the fine tail done, or if you want to do fine hairs at the front. This again was just from a cheap set that I got from eBay. These are not as good though. What other brushes do I like? This is a Coastal Scents brush that I use for contour, and this is so soft. I mean, it's honestly like, if you've ever, you know, the really soft bunnies when you stroke those, you know, rabbits. That's what this feels like, and that was very, very reasonably priced. I also picked up from Coastal Scents a couple of their blending brushes, like so, and a couple of their tapered crease brushes. Keep an eye on Coastal Scents, because especially if you're in the UK, because they very often have 20% off, 30% off, 40% off, and that's the time to buy them, because obviously, you know, we pay a fair amount getting products across to the UK, let's face it. Most of my Real Techniques brushes are over at the sink because I've just cleaned them, but I have got one here. This is the base shadow brush. Real Techniques are a good kind of mid-level brush, so if you're starting to, if you're wanting a slightly more expensive or professional or mid-range brushes, although to be honest, the Royal and Langnickel so much nicer than these, but Real Techniques are very, very good, and good priced brushes. This is an Essence Eye Blender brush. It's the only Essence brush that I've used, but I really, really like it. It is absolutely great for really softening and blowing out shadows. As is this Wet n Wild brush. It's not great at actually depositing colour onto the eye, but if you've got a shadow that you've put on and it's doing a subculture where it's going on and not wanting to blend, this along with that Essence brush are awesome at really blending a shadow out. But as I said, this one's not great for actually depositing shadow onto the lid. I've got this Wet n Wild flat top brush that I use when I'm using their foundation, and this is actually, it's a lot softer than I was expecting, because a lot of the flat top brushes, the cheaper ones anyway, can be really, really quite prickly. But this is great for any liquid foundation or any cream foundation. And because it's so soft and because it's got such a wide head here, you don't tend to get any brush marks. Because I know with a lot of brushes, if you put it on with a brush, you then have to go over with a sponge to get rid of the brush marks. You don't have to do that with those. Back here, I bought, I think it was called the Smoke and Mirrors set. I bought this from Beauty Bay, actually, just before Christmas. They had a load of deals on between sort of Black Friday and Christmas. What's that one? Okay, go back in there. And they had this set of the Smoke and Mirrors brushes, which had face brushes as well as eye brushes. I like these. Again, they are super soft. They're all synthetic, so they're all cruelty free. None of the brushes that I've shown you so far are animal hair. The only ones that are animal hair that I've shown you were the Jeffrey ones, which are not ones that I'm recommending because they're not particularly economical to buy. I love these big fan brushes. These are great for doing a very soft contour or a really blown out highlight. They've got a couple of these which are great for sort of like blush, contour. And they've got this angle topped brush, which again is very soft. Not quite as wide in diameter as the Wet n Wild one, so you can sometimes get streaking left with this. This though I find very good with super high coverage matte foundations. So think Beauty Bakery, think Estee Lauder Double Wear, think Kat Von D, Urban Decay All Nighter, anything that's really thick, full coverage but dries down matte. This is a really good brush for those. The only thing I would say about these is the ends of the brushes flare out, which is great for when you're actually holding them, because the larger part just it's kind of weighted nicely. It feels good in your hand, but obviously you've then got to try and get. So I've actually got an empty Q-tip box back here that I've got all of those in. And like I said, BH Cosmetics, I have ordered directly from their site in America, but you know, postage to come over to the UK is horrific. They do have a German site though, and at the moment, while we're still members of the EU, we can take advantage of that. And we can order from there, and we don't get any import charges on arrival, which is awesome. And obviously Beauty Bay sell them as well. So you have a number of different options if you're in the UK at the moment, or obviously worldwide. If you're in Europe, you can use the German site. If you don't speak German, if you use Chrome, it'll automatically give you the option to translate the page. These are a set of silicone brushes that I bought from Makeup Revolution. Now these, because obviously I'm not going to put, you know, shadows on my eye with these because I don't want to poke my damn eyes out, but silicone brushes like this work the same as your finger does for applying shadows. So if you've got a shadow that won't pick up on an ordinary brush, these are great. And I got this, I think this was half price in beginning of January, so I jumped at the chance to pick those up. But they're not that expensive even when they're full price, so I can definitely recommend getting those. And then another set of brushes that I bought from eBay. really quite cheaply, are they're actually nail art acrylic brushes, and I got the set of them. I've got another couple over there, but I need to. They've been washed. So, but the beauty of these nail art acrylic brushes is that they come down very, very flat. I'll show you what I mean if I can get this bloody thing back on. There we go. I always keep these guards on because it does help to keep them flat, but if you look, because they're designed for using with nail acrylic, look how narrow they go. These are probably the best brushes for cutting your crease. And I picked up the set of, I think there was about 6 or 8 of them in the set, and the whole thing cost me less than £5. But these are awesome for cutting your crease, for picking up loose pigment, and for picking up glitter, and for putting those onto the lid. So those are definitely brushes that I can recommend. And the final set of brushes that I'm going to talk about, just got the one here because the rest of them are over there, are So Eco brushes. Handles are made, I think it was bamboo these were made out of, but I know it's some kind of sustainable wood. And again, these are all cruelty free, they're super soft, and the So Eco range are designed around being as environmentally friendly as possible. So, if you're only going to get one set because you're really short on moolah, I would go for the Ranimore brushes, where I got the whole set for like £3. In terms of what do I feel are the best quality brushes that I own, I would absolutely say the Royal and Langnickel's, by far the best brushes. And you know, at £2 for an eye brush, you're really not getting hurt on price either. So I definitely recommend the Ranimore, I definitely recommend the Royal and Langnickel, and I definitely recommend BH Cosmetics. So yeah, I hope this has been helpful for you. If there's anything else that you'd like to know, one thing I do keep, it's over there somewhere, I'm not going to stretch it now. I get a bag of disposable mascara wands, because all of the Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks are ice safe. So rather than spending a fortune buying all these coloured mascaras, if I want a coloured mascara, I just choose whichever colour Jeffree Star lipstick it is, and then I know I can use one of the this silicone brush to do my eyeliner, and I can use one of the disposable spoolies for the mascara, and I know then that my mascara, my liner, and if I decide to wear it on my lips, all match completely. I have done a look, I think where I used hot pink liner, lashes and lips. If I can remember, I'll try and link that in the description box below. But yeah, that's absolutely my recommendations to you. I hope you found that helpful. I will try and put as many links as I can in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could hit that like button for me, comment, share, subscribe. When you subscribe, don't forget to ring my bell, and choose all notifications so that you get told every time that I upload another one of these videos. And talking of another one of these videos, this was just me talking about brushes. Why not go and find a video where I'm actually using some so you can see what I mean about how well they perform. And once you've watched mine, and liked and commented and shared, and you know, it'd be awesome if you could check out my girlies in the Beauty YouTuber Growth Group, who are listed in my description box below. And I'm sure they'd be delighted to welcome you to their family as you are welcomed to my 4F family. Not in a mafia kind of way. Right, all that remains for me to say, as ever, is you'll stay fabulous. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.